Good day everyone and welcome back to Career. It is episode 15A currently, and you may be asking why is there an A in the title of the episode, and I will answer that right now. So basically this episode we are building the nuclear reactor and the propulsion system for our oil tanker, and these things usually take a lot of time. And oh, I damaged my crane. Well done. There goes that. But I can usually fit them in one episode, but not a career episode, because in such episodes we also need to get uranium for the reactor for career, which that's the main part that takes so long. And so I decided to split it up into two episodes, which the second episode, episode 15B, will include the journey of getting that uranium. And from my experience with different ships in career, I've learned that it is better to split it up, because last time when building another ship, the Concordian, I did not split those episodes up, and the episode took up like 50 minutes and it was horrible. But now with that done, let's jump straight into this very quite busy episode, and first start off by going into the workbench and not actually building the reactor, because now I need to put in some windows into this ship just to make it look a little better and so I can see where things will generally be. Now I may as well also take these out and put in some new windows, because I found a tool for XML that makes everything basically a lot easier, and so I have a bunch of new XML edited windows, and I've already used them on a ship and they just look way better, so let's put them in. They also eliminate the need for this blue part here, which I think will make it look better, and I even have these offset ones. And we're done. I think this made it look way more clean and just way better in general. It's good to see windows on ships. Also, I couldn't change these near the stern just because of the shape of the whole thing. Now also it's really weird doing these windows because I don't plan my interiors. I do plan my ships, my exteriors, on paper actually, for some reason, but I don't plan my interiors, so the windows are just kinda random. But now with that done, and with the ship listing for some reason, let's start work on the reactor and the propulsion systems. So first let's lay out what we want where. So I'd say we want 2 boilers and around 24 large pistons. Now we want the reactor here, and I'd say we'll put the boilers up here because we want them to be quite far from the reactor. Now then we have space here for the pistons and maybe here for condensers. It's gonna be a weird layout, so let's seal this off just to clean up the space. Hatch here. Now let's start off with the reactor. Start off with a box, fuel assemblies, track, and here let's do the whole part with the fuel rods. And we don't have enough space. 1 block. Now that's a fairly big problem, but this is just 1 block thin. Well done, let's stick with the normal design, and that is by putting it on the side. So I put the reactor down like this, and also I built this thing which is going to be for the control room, and I think this is going to be one of the most interesting engine rooms I've ever put on a ship, with the whole layout. So let's put down the pistons, because those will take up the most space, and I'm already running into problems. Well, that's not good. I think what we can do is we can put them on the side like this. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work, and that leaves us with not many other options. We can also put them upside down. The thing is that they run into this. So what we might need to do is shorten this. Now we should be able to do it normally. Or maybe not. Let's try it here. Well, the whole control room will have to be pushed back. Maybe doing it on the sides may be better after all. Or not, because it's impossible. Let's split these up and we'll use enclosed pipes. It also means that we no longer really need these. So let's remove them and put in some windows here on the top. Now it looks quite a lot better. Let's decorate it the usual style with some microcontrollers. Now let's place down our boilers, and we could technically put them here, right near the control room. This is such a weird layout. Let's get condensers and let's put them here. And now it's time to separate it all. Now that is one heck of a layout. It's good that we have space for the jets, and I think we can start connecting up things. Or first we actually might need to do the logic, and for that we have a space here in the bow. And my plan with this is actually putting everything into one microcontroller. Now, as you saw being made in time-lapse, we have a really quick nuclear reactor controller. Let's hook everything up. Now let's just put in a fluid spawner, set it as fresh water, and we should be all set. Let's try if this works. And it's stable, which is cool. And by the stability thing, I mean the reactor, not the ship. But whatever, let's work on connecting everything up, connecting the boilers, connecting the pistons, and just making it work. And we're finished with the piping and with hooking everything up, which is great. That's quite a big part of this. But an even bigger part of it is actually doing the logic. That one is not so fun as this, but we have to stick through it. So I guess let's go into a time lapse and finish that. I'm going to be taking a lot of things from my previous cool line ship, which is the Crown, and I'm going to be reusing them only in a fashion of one big microcontroller. So let's jump back into a time lapse. I hope you enjoy time lapses. I certainly do, but don't know about everyone. Let's go. So I just finally quickly placed in the boiler controllers we made in the Steam basics video. And now let's actually hook up all the logic. If I've made a mistake, I'm not going to be showing the repairing in this video because I'm guessing it's already long enough. And I'm guessing you are now tired of logic time lapses. But for the last time, let's do the time lapse of connecting up all the logic. Also, when you weren't looking, I quickly added these 4 nodes, and these are the cross feeds. Now you may be asking what I mean by that, because there's no fuel on the ship, and what it means is cross feeding the RPS from one side to the other, because these are redundant completely, and so if one side gets damaged or anything, we might need to use a crossfeed. So let's hook all this up. And we're finished with that. Let's hope that nothing bad happened, and this is the first test. Well then, after a lot of fixes like the piston rotation offset not actually being put in, it moves and quite quick. I will add some more gearboxes to it, but also it's unstable and I will need to make some stability systems. Let's now do some more tests. So now we're doing 40 knots. Things have been fixed and it took a long time, but as you see here, it's not steering well, and that is because I had to add another jet to each side. So we'll put that in better so it looks better. And also I need to do something about the ship's bow riding so high. But yeah, I think 40 knots, that's fine. And so we can now sail. I also added some electrical systems and connected up all of that. So we now have electric. But yeah, that's amazing that we actually did this so quick. I was kind of constrained with time on this episode and I needed to do this like in 2 days, which that's perfect that I was fast enough to do that. I also love how we put everything in one microcontroller, and yeah, I think we're done for today, which is really cool. And I might do some things to get this speed higher between episodes, but I don't know. Also, be on the lookout for episode 15B, because there we are going to be undertaking the journey south to Arid and mining some uranium because we need it. So that's cool. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I sure did, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. See ya!